Have you ever felt like you're giving everything you have in a relationship? Your time, your energy, your love, but something still feels off. You're always there, showing up, doing your best, but the response you get back just doesn't match your effort. It's like you're giving, but not receiving. And deep down, you start to wonder, does she really value me? If you've ever found yourself questioning your worth in a relationship or feeling like your efforts are going unnoticed, you're not alone. Many men struggle with this very issue. But here's the truth. When someone truly values you, it's obvious. It shows in the way they treat you, in the small gestures, the emotional investment, the time they make for you. If that's missing, it's time to take a hard look at the signs. As the great philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." It's time to stop questioning and start recognizing the signs of where you stand. In this video, we're diving deep into the 5 behaviors that reveal when a woman doesn't value you, and why recognizing these signs is crucial for your well-being and self-respect. So, if you've been feeling undervalued, stay tuned. It's time to reclaim your worth. Lesson 1. Lack of time commitment. Have you ever found yourself giving your best in a relationship? Always available, always putting in the effort, but somehow she's always too busy for you. It's a painful experience, and if it keeps happening, it can really make you question your value in the relationship. When a woman doesn't make time for you, it's not just about her busy schedule. It's a sign that you might not be a priority in her life. Over time, this can create frustration and even resentment. You start feeling ignored, unimportant, and start doubting whether she truly cares. The problem with not making time for someone who values you is that it sends a message of neglect. Relationships are built on connection, and if she can't find the time to nurture that connection, the relationship starts to lose its foundation. If she's constantly giving excuses or pushing your plans to the side, it's clear that your time and presence aren't being valued as they should. And as this continues, the emotional distance grows, which only makes things worse. It becomes a cycle where the more you try to invest, the more distant she becomes. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and philosopher, once said, "Time is a great healer, but a great destroyer if wasted." This quote perfectly captures the idea that time, once lost, can never be regained. It highlights just how important it is to use time wisely, not just for ourselves, but also for the people we care about. When someone values you, they show it by making time for you because they understand how precious it is. So, what should you do when you notice this behavior? First, recognize that your time is valuable. If someone is constantly unavailable or making excuses, don't continue chasing after their attention. Instead, have an honest conversation about how important it is to spend quality time together. If she's willing to make adjustments and prioritize you, that's a good sign. But if the excuses keep coming, it might be time to step back and reassess. Don't waste your time on someone who can't recognize the value of your presence. After all, time is something we can never get back, and you deserve to spend yours with people who appreciate it. Lesson 2. Efforts go unnoticed. It's one of the most discouraging feelings in a relationship. You put in the effort, whether it's planning a special date, supporting her during tough times, or simply showing up in small ways to make her feel valued. But it's like you're invisible. Your efforts go unnoticed, or worse, they're completely dismissed. Over time, this can lead to feelings of frustration and resentment. You start to wonder, why am I giving so much if she's not even acknowledging it? The problem with this is that when someone truly values you, they recognize and appreciate what you do for them. Effort in a relationship isn't just about big gestures. It's the small, everyday things that count. If your partner consistently overlooks the time and energy you put into the relationship, it sends the message that you're not important enough to be appreciated. This can lead to emotional distance, where you start feeling like your actions don't matter and she doesn't care enough to acknowledge them. Marcus Tullius Cicero, a Roman statesman and philosopher, once said, "Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others." Gratitude is fundamental in any relationship. When someone values you, they express their gratitude, not just in words, but through their actions. A simple thank you or acknowledgement can go a long way in making you feel seen and appreciated. Without that recognition, you start feeling drained, as though your efforts are going into a void. If you're in a situation where your efforts are continually ignored, it's important to take a step back and evaluate. Communicate openly about how you feel. Let her know that you need to feel appreciated, not just for the big things, but for the little things too. If she's unwilling or unable to recognize your contributions, it might be time to reconsider the relationship. Remember, you deserve to be with someone who sees and values your efforts, not someone who takes you for granted. Your time, energy, and care are precious, and they should be reciprocated in a meaningful way. Lesson 3. No emotional investment. Have you ever been in a relationship where no matter how much you try to connect, it feels like you're always the one doing the emotional work? You share your thoughts, your feelings, your dreams, but it's like she's not really engaging with you. Every conversation feels shallow, and when things get deep, she pulls away. This lack of emotional investment can leave you feeling distant, alone, and uncertain about the future of the relationship. It can make you wonder if she's even truly interested in you, or if she's just someone she's going through the motions with. The problem here is that emotional investment is what truly creates intimacy and connection in a relationship. Without it, you're left with nothing more than surface-level interactions. A relationship built on emotional distance lacks the depth that makes it fulfilling. When someone isn't emotionally invested, they avoid meaningful conversations, shy away from vulnerability, and keep things at arm's length. This not only creates a barrier, but also erodes trust and understanding over time. You start to feel like you're giving a part of yourself, but never receiving anything back in return. As the philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Emotional investment isn't about being perfect or always knowing the right thing to say. It's about being present, caring about each other's feelings, and showing up for one another. It's about sharing those vulnerable moments and creating a bond that goes deeper than just the surface. So, what can you do when you feel this emotional gap in the relationship? First, understand that you can't force someone to open up or invest in the relationship, but you can express how you feel and let her know that emotional connection is important to you. If she's unwilling to meet you halfway or refuses to engage on a deeper level, it's time to seriously consider if this relationship is fulfilling your emotional needs. You deserve a partner who is willing to invest emotionally in you, who will share in both your joys and your struggles, and who is as committed to the emotional side of the relationship as you are. Without emotional investment, the relationship is unlikely to grow or become something truly meaningful, and it's something you shouldn't ignore. Maybe she criticizes your ambitions, brushes off your desserts, and defeats you. Without respect, there's no trust, no understanding, and no real love. Over time, it eats away at the relationship, and you start to feel less like a partner and more like an afterthought. The problem with a lack of respect is that it creates a toxic environment. It may start small with little comments or dismissive actions, but over time, it adds up. When someone disrespects you, whether it's through words or actions, it undermines your confidence and your sense of self-worth. You begin to feel like your voice doesn't matter, your feelings aren't important, and your presence isn't valued. A relationship without respect isn't just unhealthy, it's unsustainable. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher, said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." This speaks to the idea that respect is earned through your own actions, and that when you show respect for others, you set the standard for how you expect to be treated in return. Respect isn't about agreeing on everything. It's about valuing the other person for who they are, supporting their growth, and acknowledging their worth. If you're in a relationship where respect is being consistently ignored or undermined, it's time to have a serious conversation. Let her know how important respect is to you and how it affects the relationship. If she's unwilling to change her behavior, or if the disrespect continues, it may be time to reconsider whether this is the kind of relationship you want. You deserve someone who will treat you with honor, someone who values your thoughts, opinions, and presence. Without respect, nothing else can truly thrive in a relationship. Lesson 5. Lack of support during challenges. One of the hardest things to experience in a relationship is feeling unsupported when you're going through tough times. Maybe you're dealing with stress at work, facing personal struggles, or going through a difficult situation, and instead of getting the support you need, she pulls away or becomes distant. This lack of support can leave you feeling isolated, as though you're facing your challenges alone, and it can seriously damage the trust and connection in your relationship. When someone values you, they show up when things aren't easy. They stand by your side during hard times, offering comfort, encouragement, and a listening ear. But if she consistently avoids being there for you when you need her most, it's a clear sign that she doesn't fully value the relationship. Support isn't just about being there for the good times. It's about showing up when things get tough and providing emotional backing when the road gets rough. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely said, "A friend is someone who gives you total freedom to be yourself." This quote highlights the importance of trust and support in a relationship. A true partner is someone who accepts you during your best moments and your worst, offering understanding and help without judgment. They give you the freedom to express your struggles and will help you face them head-on, rather than turning away or ignoring them. If you find yourself constantly lacking support during challenging moments, it's important to recognize that this isn't something that will change on its own. Have an honest conversation about your needs and the importance of mutual support in a relationship. If she's unwilling or unable to step up when things get hard, it may be time to reconsider your relationship. You deserve someone who will stand with you, not just when life is easy, but when you need them most. Without support during difficult times, the relationship becomes unbalanced, and it's hard to see how it can grow in a healthy, meaningful way. Now, we are about the video. Now it is time to change your life. Write down a comment and say that you want to change your life. No matter how difficult it is to change, I will read each of your comment features one of the best comments in our channel. If you want a daily dose of unfiltered motivation, subscribe to our channel.